presentation. My name is Roger Jipp, and I am the sales director for North America for DronaHQ. And we're going to give you a chance to find out a little bit more about Drona today and what we're all about. And joining me on the call today is Shibam Dhar. Shibam, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. So I'm developer relations, working as a developer relations in DronaHQ, and I look over the all the queries and understanding how the product works, and especially helping the community and the engineers to understand our product in a better way through videos, through webinars, or through like this sort of interaction, right? So yes, our main motive goal for today would be around like to understand more about low code and how it works. And yes, over to you, Roger. Then we can showcase how the things works. Excited for
Okay,
it.
that's great. Thanks so much, Shibam. I appreciate that. So from there, the question I've got is, I may need you to pull up our website so I can go walk through our website and scroll down through. So Shibam, I may need you to share at some point in time and show our website. But in
Absolutely.
the in the meantime, let me tell you what. So Drona, as a basic rule, we are a low code, no code app development platform, and we literally are advanced in what we do because of our abilities to be able to build applications. And many times when people get started with us, they will start by having something fairly simple to start with, such as Excel spreadsheets, or they will have some forms, and those forms they want to automate into some sort of an application. And that application is still going to be somewhat simple, but it'll advance the form and make it more of a form that has rights and controls to it. It will have more control over the data and who's had access to the data and who's done different things with the data. It'll also be in a situation where they want to have the ability to make revisions and updates to those forms. So a lot of people these days are using Excel or Google Docs to run a big part of their business, and we allow for them to quickly convert those forms into real applications. The second part of our business that we find that people are doing is they need to build something quickly. So we've got several customers that we have worked with that over time have grown their businesses quite rapidly, and all of a sudden some new responsibility comes up or some new workflow has come up, and they want to automate that workflow. In many cases, it's a workflow that's outside of their norm, outside of something they've got an application for, but it's starting to take a bigger part of their business. And they need to do something to build those applications, but they don't have the staff or the team to be able to build those applications. And so they look to Drona and our platform and our advanced team of developers to help them build those applications quickly. So I'll give you an example. One of our customers is Selkirk. And I don't know if you know anything about Selkirk, but they're in um, the pickleball industry. So for those of you that have heard of pickleball or have maybe tried pickleball, it's the fastest growing sport in the country. And as you see people using pickleball, they use paddles for those pickleballs. And Selkirk is the largest manufacturer in the country for building those paddles. Well, as their company was growing and developing, they had a need for building out a returns program. And so they came to us and asked us to help them build with their internal folks that they had and not add a team of developers, build out a returns program. So they built that out in a matter of weeks and were able to start taking on and managing their returns program. Fast and efficient and quick. And so that happened. Secondly, they came up with another idea as we were working with them for something which was community outreach. So they were trying to promote what they were doing out to the community with regards to schools and other social programs and start promoting their products. And what they would do is not just do outreach, but also send samples of their paddles out to those particular programs. Well, they needed a way to manage that sort of interaction, almost a free order because it was social outreach that they weren't charging for those things, but a way they could, outside of their normal order entry system, manage all that activity for social outreach. So Selkirk was able to do that quickly and efficiently in a matter of weeks. And probably even we built prototypes in a matter of hours and days so they could see how those systems were going to work. So very critical piece to what we do. So now let me just tell you a little bit about what we do. And I'm actually going to take a look here. Hang on one second. And as I go through, I'm actually going to go through our website and give you some examples of what's out on our website. So if you go to DronaHQ.com, I will tell you, we actually have a demo version of our product running, which allows for you to actually run through a video to see how our program runs and how the application runs and builds out applications. So that's critical and important that you understand. We've also got a list of our customers. So we've got very large customers and we've got mid-size and even startup level customers. So we really cover the span of organizational size, industries, and where these companies are in their technology evolving. Mondelez is one of our customers, and I always talk about them as one of our first, not first customers, but one of the ones I like to talk about. If you've ever eaten an Oreo cookie or you know what an Oreo cookie is, that's who those people are. So just to get everybody hungry here around the lunchtime, Oreo cookies is what they come up with. So we actually help them. They're a very large company, very mature company, but they had a couple of outlying departments and user groups that needed to actually have applications built and running, and they used Drona to be able to build out their applications. The other thing that we're going to talk about today is how you can actually build simple things with our development platform, or you can build a few more complicated things as well. You can embed what you build in Drona into a much more sophisticated application, and I'll give you an example. If you're using Salesforce or some other kind of ERP or inventory management system, and you want to build out some sort of sub-application or some workflow processes, you can build those in DronaHQ and embed them in those pre-built applications and systems that you have. So that's a hot topic for a lot of our customers. The last thing is we are doing more with AI. And so if you want to build out and put a chat bot on your website and have AI run and manage that AI, the interactions with your customers or your partners, and have that chat bot run out there, you're able to do that. The last piece about who we are before I turn this over is we also, as a company, and this is what we are known for globally, is we provide 24/7 support, both engineering and technical support for our platform. So if you need help any time of the day, you simply reach out to us and we're available. And I will tell you, whether people are looking at competitor products of Drona or they're looking at some sort of low-code development for the first time and they're a little bit nervous or concerned about it, we are really well known for the support that we provide. So just want to give everybody a heads up on that as well. With that being said, are we ready to transition this back over and let you take over with the demo side of this now? Shibam, are you ready?
Yes. Sorry. Yep.
All right. So I don't know that I'm even was ever able to share, but I'm going to give this back to you now. So are you good?
Okay. Yes, absolutely. Um, Maybe I can also show some slides and introduce people to the basics, what we are going to do, and then move ahead with the designing of the app. So let me quickly share my screen. Mm, Okay. I hope my screen is visible. Right. So when we talk about low-code platform, it is a very misconception between most of the like majority of the people. They think that it is very much limited, but whenever you think about designing and understanding how to build the whole application, whatever comes to your mind, whether let it be a UX, UI expertise or sensitive data, handling the data, or working with cron jobs, accessing controls, developing internal tools, as well as building robust application, it all can be covered. And so, mm, Now, when we talk about the handling of the data and understanding how the low code actually helps you to build the whole flow, the very much important part is about connecting to any data source. Now, if you are a developer or wants to create any application on the sort of on top of anything, you must have or you will be having a data source which you need to connect to. Now, connecting data source, when you are working on, let's say, normally coding it, hard coding it, you write very test cases. You work for its handling its error. You write code for handling its different sorts of requests. But when you use DronaHQ and like work with our connectors, which we provide you, it is very much simpler. Like it will ask you to provide some very basic details like your HTTP URL, your endpoints, your port number, your some basic user authentication details, and then you are good to go. Now, in this image, you can see that in a single application, or I must say, in a single page itself, user can integrate different types of data sources, like starting from MariaDB, then Stripe and Airtable, having it each having their own purposes. And yep, we have been used very vastly, as Roger also have mentioned it. Like we have a global audience and a good understanding, like how Donach is helping and elevating the overall journey of people who are trying to build uh, application by reducing much of engineer hours, as well as like not messing up with much more variety of libraries for front ends like React, JS, Angular, and much more. So this the list goes on. I must say, like all these companies are like are customers, and let's talk about this is the thing which I want to most put focus much more, the platform fundamentals. Now, I believe that personally, Drona HQ is totally based on like four crux, like the four main pillars. The first one I would say about designing. So the visual development is very much easy and seamless for the user journey. Like what, no matter what you do, just you can either select from our ready-made templates UI. I will show you all in just a minute, and then also we have that whole drag and drop feature. Like we have more than 100 components or in terms of controls. We have like action flows, we have automations, and so everything is helpful for our visual development. Next part is about integration. Now that I've discussed in the previous slide, like ready connectors are there. There are database ready connectors, there are third-party API ready connectors, and in case if you have your own personal REST API or you want to connect something like from your on-prem or on-premise devices, that also can be done. And the third one is all about customization. Now, how the application feels like, how the application will work after sharing it with the people, and how it is understanding the data. It's all about customization. And DronaHQ, we provide like the flexibility of adding your custom JavaScript code in, you can say, each and every vital steps. Like if you want to do a quick transformation, if you want to do a quick key filtering. So each, as well as we do providing external CSS. So now, even if you are not finding the designing or the color up to your business idea, you can provide it from your own CSS methods. And the third part, the fourth part is very much crucial, like the whole deployment piece. So after the whole app is ready, the you can like make it available as a uh, publicly available app in terms of mobile apps, mobile web apps, and also can share it in terms of embed. And the embed options is that goes on with authentication and passing parameters and much more. And the fifth one is, I would say, it is very much crucial for the developer people if they are working on a to and fro development period, like iteration and maintaining it is very much easy to do on the platform. Like whenever you publish the app, it provides you with a version, and this helps you to upgrade as well as downgrade anytime, anywhere between your development phase. Okay, maybe that's much more of the talks. Let's show you how our platform looks like and how where these all components can be found by you guys. Let me share. Okay, great. So once the user log in to our platform of DronaHQ, he or she will be landed to this particular page. And here, all the catalogs are present for whatever the apps you have already built or you're working on. And right here, you can find your templates, like which I was talking about. Like if you are not much familiar with UI designing and want to have some of the idea how to like create employee embody onboarding dashboards or inspecting your work order. So these are some of the few templates which we do provide. All you have to do view the app demo and import it. That's it. Now, what I was discussing earlier about the data source part. So in Drona HQ, yep, we do provide our databases, third-party APIs, as well as REST APIs. Apart from that, we provide our own database facility as well as file storage management facility. So let me show you. Like in this page, if I click on plus connector, I have this list of connectors starting from MySQL and then SarilDB, Redis, and all these databases. And then we have APIs. And these APIs, some of them you have to configure, like adding your own the API keys or providing the authentication values. Other than that, some of them you can do a direct Google signing. So in case if I want to try, let's say Gmail, I just have to click here and connect Gmail, provide it a name, and click on sign in with Google. It will pop up a window, small window, and ask for your login details. That's it. And for database, I will show you. Let's say this is a database example, and right now it is a MySQL database. Which first of all, I'm providing a name, followed by the host. Which if you are hosting a database, you will find it from your database website, and then followed by port, database name, and authentication type. So for MySQL, there are different authentication for you can provide user and password. AWS IAM authentication is also there. So for each of the database, there are different sort of authentication methods provided, as well as you can import the database configuration details from your IAM manager or AWS secrecy. Let me show you like secret manager. It is soon to be coming, and then connection string. So if you even if you are having a connection string, you can just simply copy and paste it here. It will fetch all the details. Okay. Now, let me show you where we work the whole thing, like how we create the UI and integrate, match the whole dots and points. So, uh, just a second. Okay. So, in DronaHQ, if you go to apps, click on right here, select a blank app. You can provide a name for your app, provide a description, and then pick any of the icon. Once you create an app, it will provide you with something like this, a whole builder for designing your app. This is like your playground where you can select from your controls. Like you have all these options, featured, basics, buttons. So let me show you. If I just drag and drop the table, you can see that it has been like automatically resized itself. And this also helps in creating the UI much faster. So if I just click on, let's say, text input and provide it upside uh, again. So the whole alignment and the adjustment of the size is done automatically. Okay, great. So let me show you quickly how you can build a form. So basically, whenever I have seen people like they try to build, start with their development, the form is a very crucial part. Okay, now there are several ways by which you can create a form in Drona HQ app. Like either you can create a whole control, like putting up like a text value input and making it name as, let's say, name like this. right? This is one way, but there is another way which I would like to show you. Auto generate form right on my screen. So if I click here, and yep, we do have lots of options. So if you have already configured your connector, you can select from your connectors. And we have sheets, we have PDF, controls, and raw, JSON, and CSV. So let me upload a CSV file. Let's say this one. Now, what it did, like it took the CSV file and it sorted all the data, whatever is present in it. So it saw that full name, company name, lead sources, and I'll just simply click on next. Now it will provide me with all the input details that the form can or must have. Now, what I can select from here, like, so this is the column name, and this is the detected type, that what type of column is there. And this is the label which it will be shown on the form. And this is the control. Now, let's say if you don't want to showcase the full name with a text control, you can select a different control right from here. So let me see if I have anything. Location, email address. So like this one, phone number, the control is shown as a numeric. So instead of text, it has automatically judged it, but you can change it from yourself also. You can add your own, but I don't think that's required at the moment. Okay, click on next. Form title, my first form. Button text, submit. Description, this is a demo of form building. Now I'll just simply click on generate form. That's it. I mean, let me resize it. So it just takes 2 to 3 clicks, I must say. Yep, to create a form right here. So you can see, like inside a container, all these elements have been added as a form input, like full name, company, lead sources, email address, and like so on. Okay, so this is like a very small and go-to application, you can say, or a form internal tool. But what about creating something more than this? Let me show you about, let's say, you all guys must have heard about ChatGPT. But apart from ChatGPT, there are other LLM models, so like Gemini, which is of Google. And I'll show you a quick app quickly. This one, it is like an ad copy generator, which is actually using Gemini to produce new ads. Now, I'll just do a quick refresh. Great. Now, on the left-hand side, I have provided it some of that values, like vintage-inspired sunglasses, a cool, tacky heading line, and then followed by some good advertisement details. Now, in the advertisement title, if I write, let's say, chocolate, chocolate peanut. Let's say what it does. Okay, it took the input and provided me a marketing, or you can say an ad relate, which is quite similar to the values on the left hand side. And if I try to check like how it is working, and I will say again, it is all about connecting to data source. If I just search here Gemini and go to its edit, so the first step is like about configuring the connector. So I provided an authentication of none, provided followed by a post, and in the advanced, I provided a key in the query string parameters and then a raw response. And this is just for testing purposes. Once the connector is ready, I can go back, click here, create product ad. This is a query which I've added. Now you can see that it is taking in parameters in form of variable. So I've added variable, and in DronaHQ at any point of time where you are developing and you want to add a variable or refers to a keyword or a variable, you can simply put double curly brackets. Like here, input product, double curly brackets, example, input one. Now I am providing it some of the variables like details for testing purposes and test API. So it is saying I am providing it tint sunglasses. So it is giving a pop of color of your D with tinted lens in a choice of color. So this is how you work around with different types of connectors. And since it is not a ready API, neither a database, it is a simply REST API. Okay. So this was about Gemini. And this is also an LLM, which is like providing me only a two travel guide, like using it a chat option. So let me see. Let me show you more of the examples. And yeah, this is here. Next part, I would say, like right now we have built a form, and that form also can. It is not necessary that you cannot build more of it. Like I have one ready right here. So this is also a type of form where you can see that this is an office spot where the employees can book their spot in an office and providing with the event details, email, description, time zones, and all these details. So each can be either you can create from using our elements or you can do it from importing. Okay, great. Okay, I'll show you one more thing. Like now I'll show you much more of a robust type of apps. Let me quickly share my another screen.